Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that, a pretty green day in the stock market for individual stocks like Coinbase up 5%, Palantir up 5%. We have stocks like DraftKings up 4.8%, SoFi up 4.3%. AMD up 4.71%, and I want to talk about a lot of different stocks on this watch list, so make sure you subscribe with post notifications on so you don't miss out on any future videos. In this video, we're going to talk about some high-risk stocks like Sphere Entertainment, ticker symbol SPHR. You might have seen them trending on social media right now with the U2 concert in Las Vegas. They're up around 3% on the day, 13% in the past month, 28% in the past 3 months, and then in the last year, they're up 94%. So we're going to give our thoughts on this stock. Keep in mind, in April 2020, they were actually listed on the stock market as their IPO, and they IPO'd at a price of $100 per share, and they're down still 60% from that IPO price. So we're going to give our thoughts on this risky one. So if you love risky stocks, this is definitely the video for you, and make sure you stay to the end of the video because you're not going to want to miss out on any of these stocks or updates on them. Do me a favor and press like on this video, share with a friend, and subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. That really means a lot and helps the channel grow every single time you do that too. So starting up with Sphere Entertainment, ticker symbol SPHR. We already did a basic overview. They're down 60% in the past 5 years from their IPO price. Obviously, they've been consolidating right around that $35 price, and they went as high as around $50 per share and as low as $19 per share. So if we can pick them up under $20 per share, I think that's going to be a lot more attractive. However, that's 50% off of the current prices, and right now they're all everyone wants to talk about, especially with the U2 concert that's trending on social media. So let's kind of go over it. Right now I have a very small position, just $200, only 5.2 shares, and this is my account that I don't keep a lot of my my money on, just usually option trading, so it's not a large portfolio diversity at all. Only $200 in this stock. And as the name of this video suggests, this is a very risky stock. And with risky positions, I don't like to put more than around 1% or 2% max of my portfolio diversity overall. So $200 is really all it gets. Now I could go up to $500 to $1,000 and still be diversified properly in a high risk stock like Sphere Entertainment. But we got to get a little bit more confidence in the stock first. So let's go over that and see what's exactly going on with this stock. So first up, we have the volume higher than the average volume. We have the volume almost at 1 million, so that's a good sign. First of all, 52-week high of 43, 52-week low of 17, market cap of 1.3 billion. So that can grow tremendously in the next 5 years if they start expanding and opening up new locations for their Spheres all over the world. They can have one on every continent, essentially, and right now they're only at Las Vegas. Okay, so there is some big potential in this risky stock with only a $1.3 billion market cap. The price to earning ratio is 2.7, implying that you are getting a good deal. However, this stock was very unprofitable for a long time, and they just shot up recently. Look at that EPS where it was expected negative, and they actually came out with $11 on their EPS. So obviously, this is a very risky stock. The numbers are fluctuating like crazy and they're unstable. But let's dive into their balance sheet so we can figure out a little bit more of what's going on. Okay, so here we have Sphere's income statement pulled up. First things first, and it's very fluctuating, of course. Just like a high risk stock, you kind of expect this. Unstable at the moment, going from, you know, 150 million in profits all the way as low as $137 million losses. Okay, if we go to the quarterly and see what's being reported, we can see that it's a negative 50 million loss, a $70 million gain, and the 3 quarters before that were loss, loss, and loss. But the good thing is they just opened up their Las Vegas one, so they haven't reported that yet. And in the next quarter of reporting, it could be very bullish because they just opened up. There's a lot of hype around it. They're advertising with the Sphere on the outside every single day. So ads are coming through, concerts are coming through, venues are coming through, and it's very exciting right now. It's a very hyped stock also, keep in mind. And we're not getting in at the bottom, which is closer to $19 per share. So there's still a lot of risk behind the stock. However, there's also a lot of upside and reward to be had if things go correctly. Okay, we can see that the total revenue is pretty flat around 300 million, but we can expect to see that a lot higher in the next quarter, which will be really exciting for the stock. We also can see that the balance sheet is nothing really to be concerned about yet, but if we see the assets not growing at a rapid rate, then that could definitely be a red flag. So if we look at just the headlines in the last week, we could see Sphere Entertainment stock soars by 12% after opening concert with U2. We can also see that London is getting its own Sphere worth around $1 billion, which is basically the market cap of the company right now. It's like $1.5 billion, which we went over. So this new London Sphere alone is worth $1 billion. And the location has just been confirmed. So if they complete this London Sphere and it's as successful as we think it is, then this could be a very undervalued stock at $40 per share. And, you know, there's definitely possibilities that we could see this above $100 per share once again if everything goes correct on this London build. So this is one of the most bullish points to touch on. The London Sphere was touted by Sphere Entertainment to open around a year after Vegas's, but the work hasn't started yet, so that's bearish. This is in part because there have been a few obstacles pop up planned to be constructed in the former Olympics coach park in Stratford. Locals weren't thrilled about that prospect. Campaigners from the Stop MSG Sphere campaign group, the Sphere will severely blight the area. They're complaining that the Sphere will bring unmanageable overcrowding, noise, air, and light pollution. Okay, so that's just a little bit bearish there. But if this all gets approved and they get this transformed into the Sphere right in London, and they have one in Vegas also, that is super bullish for the stock at $40 per share, which it currently sits at. And then if they also open one in like Dubai and, you know, maybe one in like India or Italy, and then maybe like a fifth one in Japan, also another good location, this could be a very successful company in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. However, it's just extremely risky. So make sure that anything you're putting into the stock that you know it could go down significantly. It could cut 50% losses or more from, you know, $40 per share. It could definitely go down to $19 per share. So don't think that's out of the question, but the risk first reward on the stock is certainly interesting, and the business they could build and develop could be very successful if done the right way. And the next stock on the risky high risk stock list is going to be Coinbase at $78 per share. They're up 5% on Friday, by the way, and intraday they had an 8% stock movement, which is very interesting to see on the stock. Now, in the last 3 months, they haven't really done anything. However, they were as high as $110 per share. Okay, and they're down around 28% from those prices. So it could be a little bit of a discount to pick up some shares at $78 per share compared to the average price in the last 3 months. Or I should say the high price in the last 3 months. Now, year to date, they have been on a rally. Remember, they're up 100% year to date. And at the beginning of 2023, they were closer to $33 per share. So personally, if you could pick up closer to $60 per share, you could set your price alerts right now, so that way you're alerted the next time Coinbase goes to $60 per share. Now, why Coinbase made the list of the top high risk stock to buy in the stock market right now is because cryptocurrency, obviously. Okay, if you didn't know, Coinbase owns 10% of all of Bitcoin. So they give you a huge exposure to Bitcoin. If you're not comfortable with putting your money in, stuff like Bitcoin or Ethereum because it's high risk and you don't want to lose your money or it to be hacked or scammed or to put it in a wallet and lose your wallet code or anything like that, don't worry, because you could just invest in a Coinbase stock, which is on the stock market. It's a regulated company also, and they have to report all their stuff. So Coinbase is super unregulated, Ethereum is super unregulated, so it's obviously has its own risks investing into Bitcoin by itself or Ethereum as is. But when you invest in a company like Coinbase, it's very interesting because the stock is still down 68% in the past 5 years. Remember, they IPO'd in 2021 at $250 per share. The stock went as high as $342 per share, and then it absolutely fell off a cliff from highs around 80%, and it's still down around 75% from highs. Coinbase owns 10% of all of Bitcoin. Okay, so you're getting a lot of exposure to Bitcoin by just investing into the Coinbase stock as is. And if Bitcoin rises up to, 60K, 100K, or higher, then Coinbase stock is going to be super, super inflated. Here you can see I typed in how much Bitcoin does Coinbase own. It's public knowledge because they are on the stock market, so they actually have to report all their holdings, their balance sheet, and everything. We can see that Brian Armstrong, the CEO of cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, said the company owns around 2 million Bitcoin, which is around 10% of Bitcoin, which was worth around $39 billion as of September 30th, 2022. As of right now, Bitcoin is trading higher than September 30th, 2022. So it's valued around 54 billion. Okay, so we fast forward, we can actually see that they own 2 million. Here's a calculator. It's worth around 27,000 per Bitcoin. That gives us a value of 54 billion. And we even checked that math with what is 54 billion divided by 27,000. And we got 2 million Bitcoins. So it's super exciting to know that just their Bitcoin value alone, not anything about the value of the company of Coinbase, the amount of users they have, the revenue that they're bringing in, the net income, and everything in between. Just off of the Bitcoin alone, the company is valued at 54 billion, or at least it should be. But let's see how Wall Street values Coinbase. We don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin, and that's why the company is priced at 18 billion on the market cap. Okay, and obviously we can see Bitcoin go to 50K, which is double, which would be 100 billion on their just their Bitcoin, what their Bitcoin would be worth. So keep in mind, Coinbase is a company that could 10x. This could be a stock that's $500 per share, $700 per share in the future, and it certainly could be $300, $400 per share in the future once again. But keep in mind, the only way that would happen for Coinbase is if Bitcoin went to around 50K per coin, 100K per coin or more, which is definitely a huge possibility. And it's super bullish to think about Coinbase owning so much Bitcoin. And you can invest in a company like you can invest in a company like Coinbase and get a large exposure to Bitcoin if you don't want to invest into Bitcoin directly. So personally, I am dollar cost averaging in Coinbase right now. I have around $500 in Coinbase. My average cost is closer to $50 per share, and I want to buy the heaviest under $50 per share. So make sure you're setting your price alerts, because if you want to minimize your risk, this is one of the best ways to do it. And keep in mind, Coinbase is a stock that could easily pop up very quickly. We saw just in 1 month here, Coinbase stock rose around 100%. So don't be surprised if we see that in the future of Coinbase stock also. And the last stock here we won't spend too much time on, but it's Virgin Galactic Holding, SPCE, the definition of a high risk stock. They're down 27% in the past month, 54% in the past 3 months, and their year to date is not looking so good either. Okay, the last 5 years they're down 83%, but they've had huge spikes of around 400% gains. Okay, this was a meme stock at one point, and I forgot to bring up when we talked about Sphere in the beginning of the video that could be a huge meme stock, and it could easily pop in the meme stock community too, just like Space did in the past. Okay, they were as high as $55 per share. Imagine if they get that high once again. I highly doubt it, but if Virgin Galactic could even get back to like $5 or $10 per share. That would be super bullish for people who buy in at $1.68. Remember, this is a high risk stock and anything could happen. But if we scroll down, we can see the market cap is 600 million, implying that there's a huge runway of growth ahead of it and the stock could easily go higher. They were just in the news for a bullish thing. They had a successful mission launch. Okay, now we're not going to spend too much time on Virgin Galactic Holding, but if you want us to do a deeper dive or a second part of the risky stocks, and if you like these risky stocks that we talk about, make sure to comment below and leave a big thumbs up and we will dive in space a little bit deeper. Maybe we could talk about SoFi, maybe we could talk about Roblox, maybe we could talk about Unity. So let me know what stocks you personally want to hear about. And thank you guys as always for all the love and support you show on every single video. Now over 215,000 followers on Instagram, 836 posts, and tons of success stories. Click on success number 9, success number 8, and read through some of these positive success stories. You'll DM me to join the waitlist for a private group, up $400 just in one trading day. Another trade over $3,000 made, huge gains. There's a lot more success stories I haven't even shared. Also, every single day there's success going on in the group, and I do love sharing the success stories too. So read through some of these positive testimonials for yourself. If you want to join the group and other like-minded individuals and see what other people are trading and talk with all these people who are having success, it's as easy as just DMing me on the Daily Stock Market on Instagram, and I'll shoot you over all the information. I'll send you over an application so that way I can help you out the best way possible. And then you could even look through the website and see if the program is for you, and we can make some money together in the stock market. So other than that, drop a big thumbs up, share this video with a friend if they are high risk investors. Okay, we do a lot of option trading, by the way, in the close friends list. So if you want to see expiration dates, strike prices, and everything in between, then message me there. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.